Now off, Guy, Gus, Jim, Bill, whatever your name is. 'Cause your name's gonna be dead if you touch this shit.
No, it's a horrible idea.
You might think you know everything about Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, the outrageous frontman of Black Sabbath. But what if I told you the truth is darker, wilder, and far more shocking than the headlines ever revealed? Today we're exposing 10 secrets that shaped Ozzy's chaotic life. Stories so unbelievable, even his fans struggle to accept them. From animal mayhem at record label meetings to the health battles that nearly ended his life more than once, this is the side of Ozzy Osbourne the world rarely sees. And trust me, you won't believe number 5. It's one of the darkest, most regretful moments of his entire career. So, what happened behind the wild eyes and devilish grin? Let's dive into the shocking truths that made Ozzy Osbourne more than just a rock legend. Let's begin with a story that horrified an entire record label in 1981. But if you think biting doves was the darkest moment, what happened the following year makes it even more unbelievable. In 1982, during a concert in Des Moines, a fan threw what Ozzy thought was a rubber bat onto the stage. Without hesitation, he picked it up, clamped down with his teeth, and instantly realized it was real. The bat bit back, and Ozzy started bleeding in front of thousands of screaming fans. He had to undergo rabies shots after the show. What began as rock theatrics quickly spiraled into a life-threatening nightmare. Just when it seemed nothing could slow Ozzy down, fate nearly ended his story in December 2003. At his estate in England, Ozzy was riding an ATV when the machine flipped, pinning him underneath. The crash shattered his collarbone, broke 8 ribs, and fractured his neck vertebra. Doctors had to perform emergency surgery to open an artery that was dangerously blocked. Sharon later revealed that without immediate medical intervention, Ozzy would have died that very day. That ATV crash was more than just a near-death experience. It was the beginning of years of physical suffering. Ozzy lived with lingering pain and fragile health ever since. In 2019, he suffered another fall that aggravated the injuries to his spine, making walking difficult and forcing him into countless surgeries. Now comes one of the darkest confessions Ozzy ever made, something even his most loyal fans struggle to forgive. In the 1980s, during a period of heavy drug use, Ozzy admitted to grabbing a shotgun and killing 17 of Sharon's pet cats. He later called it one of the lowest and most shameful moments of his life, a crime against innocence fueled by substances and rage. Sharon herself said she could barely look at him afterward. To this day, Ozzy carries regret for what he did that night. Everyone knows about Ozzy's battles with alcohol and cocaine, but fewer realize his struggles with prescription drugs lasted even longer. Painkillers, sedatives, and sleeping pills became part of his daily routine long after he claimed sobriety. He even admitted he couldn't sleep without medication. What looked like recovery on the outside was in reality a hidden dependence that followed him for decades. Then came another devastating blow. In 2019, Ozzy revealed that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a rare form of Parkinson's. The illness affected his mobility, caused tremors, and left him in constant pain. Combined with nerve issues, depression, and spinal injuries, his final years on stage became a struggle. As his health declined, so did his ability to perform. Tours were canceled, comeback announcements were postponed, and fans who waited decades to see him live were left heartbroken. For Ozzy, canceling shows was not just about business, it was about facing the truth that his body could no longer keep up with his spirit. But Ozzy's challenges weren't limited to his adult years. As a child, he was diagnosed with dyslexia and ADHD, conditions that made school unbearable. Reading was difficult and focusing was almost impossible. But instead of letting it stop him, Ozzy carried a tape recorder everywhere, singing melodies and speaking lyrics into it before they vanished from his mind. Those struggles shaped the raw, unpolished creativity that made him a rock icon. And finally, the image war that defined his career. Religious leaders across America accused Ozzy of Satanism, of corrupting youth, of glorifying darkness. But instead of apologizing, Ozzy leaned in. He embraced the title of Prince of Darkness, turning criticism into fuel. To his fans, it wasn't about Satan, it was about rebellion, freedom, and pushing boundaries. What began as outrage turned into his greatest weapon, a brand that made him unforgettable. So now you know the 10 darkest secrets of Ozzy Osbourne. From shocking violence to heartbreaking illness, his story proves that behind the legend was a man who battled demons greater than any stage performance. Which one of these shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because more unbelievable stories are on the way.